Ever since I was a kid, I could not stand most food people ate. While other people were hamming it up with hot dogs and burgers at the party, I was over in the corner with my little plate of chips and no sauce whatsoever. I am a hardcore picky eater, and I don't mean like, oh, I only like dino nuggies, though those are fire, I will admit. I mean like, anytime my parents gave me food I didn't like, I would refuse to eat it. My excuse being, I already ate yesterday. And personally, I'd say I had a great argument. I think it all goes back to public school food though. In kindergarten there was plenty of food, but personally I don't like eating ground up slop called the meat surprise made by Gertrude at 6 a.m. No offense, Gertrude. So I had a routine of bringing lunch, which consisted of a singular bag of goldfish. However, once a teacher saw that that was all that I was eating, she called my parents and told them I needed to have more nutritious stuff in my lunch. And they were like, they don't need any of that stuff. Weird kid, trust me, we've tried. And the teacher was like, okay, well, if they're bringing lunch, it has to be nutritional. And this isn't, so they're not eating anything. What the heck? That's not how that works. If a soldier was bleeding out and all they had was a rag that wouldn't fit the wound fully, the commander wouldn't be like, oh, sorry, Steve. But because we don't have every single thing we need to save you, you can't have anything. And let the soldier bleed out. That's not how that works. And I was the poor little helpless soldier who didn't get to eat my goldfish for lunch, or anything for that matter. I literally used to go days in school without eating a single thing. I don't know how I survived. Even though I don't eat much now, I still need something to get me through the day. Like, I ran a mile so many times back then without any lunch in my system. Maybe that's why I'm so messed up now, huh? Nah, it couldn't be that. When I say nothing, I mean nothing. We were required to get lunch in elementary school, but I literally didn't eat anything. So much so that the other kids started recognizing me for that and asked me for my lunch. And you best believe I made a game out of that too. I let the power go straight to my head. I was the king of that lunch table. It was like Emperor's New Groove. I'd be like, give me a reason to suffice you with nutrients, mortal. Cause it's Pizza Friday and I really like pizza? Very well. I will also just sometimes throw my food on the table and watch the other kids scurry to get it like a pack of ravaging hyenas. This one time though, I gave my food to one kid and he said in return he'd give me a shiny Pokemon card, which was a first because up until this point I just gave with nothing in return but an empty stomach. So I was pumped, but the next day he didn't give it to me. He said he left it at home. And you know, I believed him, but I did grow suspicious. So I asked the next day, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and he never gave it to me. Now, I may have been a dumb as rocks kid, but when I'm promised something, oh, I'm promised it. So I told him I would cut him off from my food supply, like I was some sort of drug dealer cutting back his supply. And he was like, hey man, no, pretty please, I'll pay back my debt, I'll do anything, just please, don't take away my chicken tenders. And then he gave it to me. Funny thing is though, I knew nothing of Pokemon back then, or even now. I didn't even really want it that much, but it was the principle of that thing. No one's gonna wrong me. Except for my stomach, which has no food.